Good morning, guys. Today we're going to talk about solving cube roots specifically, but it kind of goes into solving square roots as well. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, go ahead and title this cube roots, and your essential question is, what is the inverse operation of cube roots? Let's start with our definition. A cube root is a number that when multiplied by itself and then multiplied by itself equals a given number. For example, this is what we're talking about. Number times number times number is equal to the given number. We write cube roots as this seen down here. This is what you'll see for a cube root. The one without anything is a square root. The difference between them is square roots only undoes squaring of numbers, numbers square. These two are inverse operations. So the inverse operation of cube roots is, it is cubing. These two are inverses of each other. They undo each other. So let's go ahead and get started with some examples. All right, if we're going to take the cube root of 1, we're thinking what times what times what is 1. The only answer to this one is 1. All right, number 2, we're thinking what times what times what is negative 343. I'm going to go ahead and start. Let's start with going by 2 times 2 times 2. This is my little cheat. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And 16 times 4 is 64. 5 times 5 times 5 is 25 times 5. That's 125. 6 times 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 times 6 is 216. We're getting closer. I'm trying to get to 300s. 7 times 7 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49, and 49 times 7 is 343. So I found the right number. It's 7 times 7 times 7, but it's a negative, so all of these are going to be negative. Negative times negative is positive, and then positive, these become a positive. Positive times negative is negative, so the answer is negative 7. All right, for this problem, we can break it down to the cube root of negative 27 over the cube root of 1,000. Over here in my cheat, I already know that the cube root of 27 is 3, and it's negative, so it's going to stay negative 3. The cube root of 10,000 is 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000. And you finished. All right, let's go ahead and start evaluating problems. All right, find the expression, evaluate the expression. We're going to go through the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, and these cube roots are going under exponents. So square roots and cube roots go under exponents, and you'll learn that more why next year. All right, so we'll do 18 minus 4 times, what's the cube root of 8? My cheat from last slide, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So this is going to say 4 times 2. All right, 4 times 2 is 8. 18 minus 8 is 10. All right, let's go to the next one. Remember that your parentheses come first, so we're going to take the cube root of negative 64. And from my cheat last time, I believe it's 6 times 6 times 6. Let me double check. 6 times 6, 36 times 6 is, nope. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. There we go. So this is negative 4 cubed plus 43. All right, negative 4 cubed, 4 times 4 times 4 is 64, and it's negative 64. plus 43. Isn't that weird? I talked about this before. These two, cube root, are inverses, so they undo each other. It's like we didn't ever do those operations, and we could have just left it as negative 64. Negative 64 plus 43 is negative 21. All right, when it looks like this, you still have to do the cube roots first. So the cube root of 512 is 8. Let me double check that. 8 times 8 is 64. 64 times 8 is 512. Yep, so 5 times 8 minus 19. 5 times 8, 40. 40 minus 19 is 21. All right, that's how you evaluate with cube roots. Big idea, here's where we all need to get to. This is where I'm really trying to push us to, is how to solve using the cube roots in equations. So we're given the volume, and remember volume is equal to the length times the width times the height. If the volume is 1/3 and all the length and the width and the height are the same, we can reduce this down to 1/3 equals S times S, 127, not 1/3, 27 times S, which means, let's simplify that, that says 1 over 27 equals S cubed. All right, how can we undo this exponent of 3 with a cube root? With a cubed root. Remember, you can break fractions down to the cube root of 1 over the cube root of 27. The cube root of 1 is 1. The cube root, what times itself 3 times, is 27. 27 is 3. So each side is 1/3 inch. 1/3 inch, 1/3 inch, and 1/3 inch. All right, go ahead and try the next set of problems on your own, and be ready to resume when you're ready to check. All right, thanks for taking your time on this. All right, you should have gotten -8. Make sure you keep that negative sign with it. All right, then you should have gone through what is the cube root of 27 multiplied by 4, and then add 3 to that, and you should have gotten 15. 3, you should have taken the cube root of negative 216, kept it negative, and then taken away 16 from it, and you would have gotten negative 22. Number 4, you didn't have to go through and do the operations. These two are inverses of each other, so this would just leave it as -8 plus 15, which is 7. And for this problem, you should have plugged 25 in for B, 25 in for B, and then went through and did 5 times 25 first, and then taken the cube root of it. Then did 3 times 25, and then divided by 5, and then subtracted those two, and you would have got -10. All right, go ahead and answer that essential question. You will have a worksheet to work on after this, and I would like to check your notes. All right, guys,